Hi everybody, today I am bringing you with me as I do my internship. I did get this position before I came to Japan, but I did get a lot of advice and I sort of had the mentality before coming over here that I wasn't going to apply to internships until I was in Japan, because from people that I've spoken to about getting internships, especially overseas internships, they can be pretty cold, I guess, in the sense of the only way that you are able to apply for internships is just through like sending emails. There's less person-to-person connection and you're not really able to sell yourself as much, which is kind of what internships are about. And so the advice that I got was don't really worry about getting an internship until you're in Japan, and then that way you can meet people, you can make connections, and then maybe it's not that person that you are getting an internship with or that company that you're getting an internship with, but at least then they can vouch for you and say, hey, I met this person, they're pretty cool, like I think that would be a good fit for you, however it goes. So that's what I was expecting to happen when I came over to Japan, or when I was planning to come over to Japan, just because I didn't want to put the pressure on myself to get an internship before I came to Australia, especially if it was going to be hard. But then this opportunity arose. I got an email because it is through my university. My position is a promotions project member, which is basically a group of students, both international and local students at my university, get selected to work on sharing the university and promoting the university at the global level, especially with those global insights from exchange students. So that was a pretty cool opportunity, and I've done some work in promotions in the past, so I thought it would be really cool to apply, and I ended up getting the position. That was really exciting and definitely not expected, because this is my first internship that I've ever done. But I was very lucky to get this position before I came over, and then I started it literally the day after I got into Japan. I was there at my university's welcome party, already meeting the team, working on content and getting everything sorted for what is going to be our big semester of working as an intern for the university, which is really cool. So I'm doing it alongside my studies and like Japanese language training, so it is a bit hectic at times, and I've got a bit more work to do today because I'd been in the midst of midterms and I wasn't able to prioritize in the internship as much, but I'm excited to catch up now and get to show you guys what it is that I'm doing here, because I think it's pretty cool, and it's nice that it is a bit more remote. I'm able to do it obviously from my dorm. It's not like a position that I have to go into a company and like deal with a lot more immersive things, which I definitely want to do, but I'm glad that I have this sort of more flexible and remote opportunity for my first ever internship to like ease myself into what it means to be an intern and sort of get into this space. So my job as a promotions project member is to work with a group of people to obviously promote the university that we're at. We run the Instagram account that they have and post weekly content on it, and then we also write articles. So we each have to write one article a month, sort of at least. Then we can do a couple extra, which I am doing an extra one today because I attended an event that I get to report on, which is a cool thing that I'm going to tell you about in itself, which is so fun about these extra opportunities that I have through this internship. And then I'm also in the bit of the unique position where every semester they will do a like semester recap video, and I'm the one who raised my hand to edit the entire thing. So that's a bit more of a unique job description, I think, part of this internship that people don't really get as much. Obviously not everyone can sort of edit this singular video, so while I'm taking it to meetings and stuff and getting people's feedback, and we've been deciding on like music and themes and everything together, I'm kind of the one doing a lot of the heavy lifting to actually make it come together, which I'm loving, but also like crazy. A very interesting position that I wasn't expecting when I signed up for this internship. And so we do actually have more in-person elements to this internship. It's not just me constantly being by myself in my dorm. We have monthly meetings where we meet up at the university and do check-in, see some of the events that are coming up in the next month that people need to go to and cover, and then obviously how the video is going. And then we will analyze the Instagram content, like what has done well, what ideas we have next, and just how everything's going. I also wanted to share how I got this position, and then maybe ways that if you were interested in a position like this, what might actually help you, because I've heard and spoken to a lot of other exchange students who had applied for the position and didn't get it, which has made me realize that, they didn't pick me just because I was one of the only options. I think my resume did have something to do with it, which is pretty cool. And I think that truly would be because of my prior experience when it comes to university promotions. I've been very lucky that I've been able to promote my home university and get some like special jobs and roles that I've then been able to add to my resume as a result of that. And so I started off with purely just volunteering. Like, that is my biggest tip for anyone. If you have a direction that you want to go when it comes to your career or just job or anything, start with volunteering to get your foot in the door, because once you start getting these opportunities and then getting these titles, everything snowballs because of it, because you've been building this experience. So I have to recommend volunteering as just like the first step, because if not, it can be really challenging. So at my home university, I remember there was one program in particular that I did back in high school, and that because I did that program and then went to that university, I was sought out to give feedback on the program. I thought it was really cool to be able to utilize making connections with the marketing team at my university. I was able to say no to the opportunity, but I definitely said yes. And then once I said yes, they just kept reaching out. So I ended up doing like panel interviews kind of like style meetups with different people and different high schools to like share my experience in this program. I was able to do a whole lot of video work where I was interviewed and filmed talking about my experience. And what that did was that it just really put my name on the map for my university to go, oh, this girl, she has this like experience in this certain area, but now she has this experience in showing up, in being eager. We know that she is most likely going to say yes if we ask her to do something, and then she's just proven herself again and again. So I think those aspects were so important to then having this ball sort of roll a little bit. I think my degree also was really helpful, because on my transcript people can see I have done social media classes and marketing classes, and I do have that sort of more traditional like academic backing as well of I've studied these sorts of things, so I know them a little bit more, whether or not I did actually have the experience too. So that was something good to have, I guess, in my corner as well, I think. And then the biggest thing that I think helped with my application was a similar position that I did on my trip to India. It was a trip through the university, but I was asked to again sort of promote the project when I was there, and I did a lot of filming and I just made a lot of content that I could then send back to the university. And I think they had asked me because of those connections in the people in the marketing team. The person who emailed me asking if I'd like to do this position, said that she was like friends with the person who I had previously been working with in a different project that I was promoting for the university. And so that was really cool. But then I was also the only like creative arts student going to India, so I think that might have helped out as well. So the mix between experience and volunteering with then my degree and my studies was really helpful for then that position. And then it meant when I was applying for this internship, I was able to hand in a resume that had not only a few like experiences that were similar to what I was applying for, but it also had a constant history. It wasn't like I had just done something once or twice in the past couple of months, but it was truly like, oh, I've been doing this thing for the past year and a half. Like, I've been having this experience, this is how it's been building over the year, how I've been contributing to it, how I want to expand on it. And so I really came forth with that sort of like, I guess those receipts of what my skill sets were in that way. And then I also linked a lot of things in my resume and in like my cover letter, I think, to this promotions project too. And I said, this is what I do, this is my resume, but also if you do want proof of that, here is what I did on like YouTube, here is what I did on my Substack. And so I showed not only my promotions for the university, but then also my own personal promotions. I think those were sort of little bits that helped me get this internship position where other people might not have had. This is my game plan for today. My game plan for today is to post an Instagram post, and then I'm hoping to actually like schedule and plan the rest of my posts for the semester. I also need to write 2 different articles today. One is the monthly article, which is on like my favorite foods. I think it's either, you can take it from the angle of recipes that you're cooking, but because I'm not cooking at all while I'm here, it's going to be a lot of recommendations for food. And I really want to try and bring in that sort of more unique vegetarian aspect too, because I know that could help a lot of people, and it's not something that other people on my team have. And then my other article that I need to write is actually on an event that I did earlier in the week. There was an English class from a local girls' high school that came up into our university, and they got split into groups, and then they just had to interview us. So I got questioned by these 15-year-old girls on things such as like, what's it like in Australia? Do I have any recommendations? To what are my life beliefs, and what do I think of the Japanese cabinet? And like, it was such a cool experience, and they were so sweet. And so I get to write about that experience, I guess, which is going to be interesting. And then finally, because I am the one doing that video, I really need to get a move on and hopefully edit as much as I can. We've got this. Just in case you were wondering, my internship articles, I think they're really fun. We get given the sort of main theme of them, and then we get to pick and choose what we actually do them on. And so far I have done what surprised me when I came to Japan, the differences in university life between obviously my home university and then this university, meals in Japan, which is what I'm doing today, and then my final one will be a reflection on the study abroad experience. So it is very fun, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to publish them on my Substack once they're all in, and then get to share them with everybody, because I have no idea where they're ending up, but someone is posting them somewhere. So the posts are scheduled and planned, so now I actually just need to make them. Using Canva, obviously. The internship post has been posted, and now I'm just putting it into our big spreadsheet which charts who posted, what the topic was, when they posted it, how many likes it's got, all that like nitty-gritty details. And that's good that that's done, because it's already 5 p.m. I've been working on this for already an hour and a half somehow, and I've got to get moving to get these articles and video done while it's still today. So we're getting to move on. If anybody's interested on my article writing process, it's truly just brain dumping as much as I can, then filling in the gaps. For these articles, we require titles and then lots of subheadings as well as pictures. But as always, I am so bad at sticking to word count. So every single time without fail, I have written an article and it has been over the word count. And I try and cut it down. I just need to learn. I always double the amount of work that I need to do that way in writing too much and taking too long to do that, and then having to spend time taking the words away. Someone give me my book deal so I can write 80,000 words without hesitation, because I will. Unfortunately, I am nothing if not authentic, and my article is twice the length that it needs to be. So I'm gonna go and try and edit this, but at least then it is almost done. So we're doing well. We're doing well for time. The articles are done and sent in. That feels so good. And now I'm gonna take a little break, have some dinner because it is 7 o'clock, and then work on this video. Get the video somewhat done, a bit more than it is now. So I will check back in with you later. Hi, it is not later that night. It has actually been a couple days because I fell asleep very quickly. I'm not made to work in the nighttime, but that's okay. I'm back, and I really do want to show you my video editing process. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm going to do all of my little scrapbook cards of the April, May, June, July. So I want to get those done. That's my only task today. You'd think that would be quick and easy, but apparently I'm very picky and so it takes me an hour to do just one. So hopefully we'll get a lot done today. Hopefully Canva hasn't crashed on me, because I swear every single time I try and do this, oh gosh, already an error occurred while saving your design. Please no. Safe. We're good. I have officially done all of my title cards. They've got a different sort of vibe to each of them, and some are still a little bit bare, but that's okay, because now that they are at least the first draft is done, it means that when I'm able to go to the meeting in just over a week, everyone on the team can see them, tell me what works, what doesn't work, brainstorm, and give some extra ideas. But at least we've got something, because you can never edit something that isn't there to begin with. So at least we've got this start. That is this video done. That's my internship work for, I guess, today, these couple of days done, but there's a lot more for me to do in the coming weeks. So at least you now know what is kind of happening. Thank you for watching.